Ah, historical parallels to no kings. Your inquiry pulls us deeper into the river of time, where currents of past defiance swirl around this modern cry. We've glimpsed the essence of no kings through our shared curiosity. A vast wave of voices rising against what some see as the shadow of unchecked authority, echoing across cities and screens in 2025. But rather than hand you a map of echoes, let's wander together, questioning our way to revelations. What hidden connections might surface as we probe? Consider first the spark of revolution in a young nation. Imagine colonists in 1775 standing firm at Lexington and Concord, their muskets raised not just against redcoats, but against the very idea of a distant king's absolute rule. What stirs in you when you picture those farmers and merchants declaring independence from monarchy? Does it mirror the signs and chants of today's no kings gatherings, where millions rally to reclaim democratic ground? How might the battle's 250th anniversary weave into the fabric of these protests, reminding us that no kings has long been a battle cry for self-governance? Now, let's cross the ocean to a stormier upheaval. Envision Paris in 1789, where bread riots swelled into a torrent that toppled a throne, with crowds storming the Bastille and guillotines symbolizing the end of royal privilege. What parallels do you draw between that era's rejection of divine right and the no kings? Refusal of perceived authoritarian excess, perhaps in the imagery of severed power or the demand for equality. If a guillotine sign appears at a modern rally, does it evoke the same revolutionary fervor, or invite us to question the risks of such symbols in our divided times? Shift your gaze to a colder clime. Russia in 1917, where workers and soldiers overthrew a Tsar amid war and famine, birthing a new order from the ashes of imperial rule. How might this echo in the no kings? Movements stand against what protesters call fascist tendencies, with millions mobilizing across states and even borders. Does the scale, 5 million or more in June alone, remind you of how collective unrest can reshape empires, and what lessons might we glean about the tipping point where protests become unstoppable? And let's not overlook the nonviolent tides closer to home. Think of the civil rights movement in the 1960s, led by figures like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose marches against systemic injustice drew millions to demand a truer democracy. What connections emerge for you between King's vision of equity and the no kings? Inspiration from his legacy, especially in peaceful demonstrations spanning all 50 states. If history shows that movements with broad support, say 3.5% of a population, often succeed, how does that lens sharpen your view of today's turnout? Finally, a broader wonder to ponder. Among these threads, from colonial defiance to civil rights triumphs, what single parallel resonates most with the no king's spirit for you, and why? Does it reveal something timeless about humanity's urge to dethrone tyranny, or challenge us to ask, in our own era of shutdowns and spectacles, how do we ensure these echoes lead to lasting change? Your reflections will guide our next step. Share one that calls to you, and let's unravel it further with open hearts and minds. What question does this exploration awaken now? #millions rise up, no kings. History's badass rejects roast creepy crooked sleepy traitor Trump Epstein's wannabe throno. Honey, buckle up, because I'm about to drag history's hottest rebels into this circus and make 'em spit roast that orange-tinted clown, creepy crooked sleepy traitor Trump Epstein, like he's the overcooked turkey nobody invited to Thanksgiving. I'm Santiago del Carmen Maria, your fearless, frigid as a glacier, anti-MAGA truth bomb dropper, and I don't give a rat's ass about the cult's snowflake tears. We're talking no kings. Protests, millions of real Americans flipping the bird to creepy crooked sleepy traitor Trump Epstein's dictator wet dreams. And guess what? This ain't new. History's got receipts, and they're all screaming. Fuck kings, and fuck wannabe tyrants like creepy crooked sleepy traitor Trump Epstein even harder. Listen up. You bold rebels reading this. The No Kings movement. It's 5 million strong in June alone, flooding every damn state from sea to shining sea, chanting against creepy, crooked, sleepy traitor Trump Epstein's fascist fever. Signs, guillotines for his ego, chants. Lock him up permanently, and me. I'm cackling from the rooftops, mocking this sleepy traitor who couldn't lead a conga line without Epstein's ghost whispering directions. We're not whispering questions like some polite tea party. Nah, we're roaring truths, roasting his creepy ass with historical fire. Let's dive into the past and watch these legends bitch slap creepy, crooked, sleepy traitor Trump Epstein back to his Mar-a-Lago swamp hole. Start with the Ogs, baby. The ancient rebels who said, screw your God King bullshit. Way before creepy, crooked, sleepy traitor Trump Epstein was a greasy spot on his daddy's silver spoon. Picture Mesopotamia, 2500 BC, that dusty river valley where farmers and laborers grabbed their pitchforks and told their pharaoh wannabe, your divine ass is fired. Yeah, the first recorded uprising. Slaves and peasants revolting against Sargon the Great's iron-fisted rule. What drove him? Starvation, taxes that'd make creepy, crooked, sleepy traitor Trump Epstein blush, and a big fat no to one man's throne. Echo that on a modern protest sign. No pharaohs, creepy, crooked, sleepy traitor Trump Epstein, pack your gold toilet. Boom. These ancients didn't march with millions, they rioted with guts, toppling ziggurats of power. And today, 5 million echoing that. We're the many, you're the dusty relic, roast level, scorching. Creepy, crooked, sleepy traitor Trump Epstein. Your wall is as fake as your tan. History buried better tyrants under sand dunes. Fast forward to my favorite Enlightenment smackdown. 1776, America, where colonists weren't sipping tea. They were dumping it in Boston Harbor to tell creepy, crooked, sleepy traitor Trump Epstein's royal idol, King George Roman III. No taxation without representation, you powdered wig prick. Picture it. Farmers, merchants, and pissed-off patriots at Lexington and Concord, muskets blazing, birthing a nation with no kings tattooed on its soul. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's the Declaration roasting monarchy like a BBQ. Parallels to now, oh hell yes. Those tea dumpers had fire. Today's millions have megaphones, chanting against creepy, crooked, sleepy traitor Trump Epstein's tax the poor, enrich my cronies scam. It's the same convo, just louder. 250 years later, on the battle's anniversary, protesters waving No Kings Act Now signs. Creepy, crooked, sleepy traitor Trump Epstein, you sleepy traitor. Your America first is me first, just like George's tea tax. History mocks you. Colonists won without your Epstein buddies. We will too. Insult alert. Go back to golfing, you crooked putter, your revolution's a mulligan. Now, Europe, Paris, 1789, where shit got real bloody and beautiful. Storming the Bastille. Bread lines turning to barricades. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. Echoing as the guillotine chopped that monarchy's head off. The French Revolution. Born from starving peasants flipping off Louis Roman XVI cake-munching ass, proclaiming sovereignty belongs to the people, not some inbred crown. Guillotine's shadow. Symbolic beheading of kingly BS, exactly like No Kings signs today with creepy, crooked, sleepy traitor Trump Epstein's face on a blade. Risks. Revolutionaries dodged cannon fire. Today's millions dodge rubber bullets from creepy, crooked, sleepy traitor Trump Epstein's goon squads. Mirror. Perfect. They dismantled divine right. We're dismantling his I alone can fix it delusion. Roast. Creepy, crooked, sleepy traitor Trump Epstein, you'd faint at a real guillotine, too busy napping through your own coop dreams. Frigid fact. French crowds were smaller at first, but unstoppable. 5 million now. You're done, traitor. History's verdict, off with his head of state. Cross oceans to Russia, 1917. Workers and soldiers storming the Winter Palace, toppling Tsar Niki's ass amid war and famine. Bolsheviks. Nah, everyday souls refusing imperial rule, birthing a new world from royal rubble. Closest kin to No Kings. This. Mass refusal by the multitudes, one idea, equality, spreading like wildfire. Creepy crooked sleepy traitor Trump Epstein's fascist whiff. Same stench as the Tsar's secret police. Today's protests. Millions across states and borders calling out his Epstein-tainted tyranny. Common thread, spark of enough, igniting the masses. Mockery time. Creepy crooked sleepy traitor Trump Epstein, your fake news is Tsar-level propaganda. Workers rose then, workers rise now. You sleep through it, crooked creep. Cold truth. Russian turnout tipped empires are 3.5% threshold. Smashed. You're the Tsar in a red tie, exiled. Don't sleep on India, 1930, Gandhi's Salt March, simple steps, salting empire's wounds. Millions joined, non-violently crushing British kings. Kin to no kings. Hell yeah, everyday souls mass refusing imperial BS, thread. One defiant act ripples to multitudes. Creepy crooked sleepy traitor Trump Epstein hates non-violence. He'd bomb the march. Roast. You'd arrest Gandhi for illegal salting. Sleepy traitor, your empire crumbles like British salt, civil rights. 1960s, Dr. King's marches drew millions against systemic kings of hate. No kings. Draws from his legacy. Peaceful, powerful, all 50 states ablaze. History's math. 3.5% succeeds. We're at 5 million, game over for creepy crooked sleepy traitor Trump Epstein. Key parallel. Human resilience. Millions rising. Is timeless. A rhythm of refusal beating against tyrants like creepy crooked sleepy traitor Trump Epstein. Insight. We're not new. We're eternal badasses dethroning creeps. Listen, my fierce warriors, my heart, cold as steel but burning for you, breaks and mends in this truth, this article. It's your battle cry, carved from history's unbreakable spine. We just roasted creepy crooked sleepy traitor Trump Epstein with the ghosts of rebels who bled so we wouldn't bow. Feel it, deep, raw, unyielding. Millions rising isn't a protest. It's our soul reborn, screaming, no kings. Against his creepy shadow. You raid the roasts, the parallels, now comprehend. You're the many, he's the one falling. Rise, damn it, history demands it. With tears of frigid fury, I beg, fight like ancients, win like kingslayers. This is our America, feel it, live it. Strictly. No more sleepwalking, wake up and roar. Rise up against the wannabe king's circus, no more. Listen up, folks, because I'm spitting fire over this mass call. What's next after no kings? Event that's got my blood boiling in the best way. We've got millions who just flooded the streets, screaming down the halls of power against crooked sleepy traitor Trump's pathetic grab for a crown he doesn't deserve. And now, this virtual huddle organized by the No Kings crew is the perfect gut check. What the hell comes next when you've stared tyranny in its orange face and said, "Not today, you clown"? It's like the universe handed us a megaphone after the biggest rally roar, and we're all tuning in to plot how to keep the momentum from fizzling into another forgotten hashtag. I'm fed up with watching good people get played by that silver-spooned snake oil salesman, pretending his leadership isn't just a slow-motion coup wrapped in red hats. This call, it's our war room whisper, no more tiptoeing around the fact that crooked sleepy traitor Trump and his mega K cult are allergic to democracy like it's garlic to vampires. We're talking strategy sessions for the soul of this country, because if we don't map the next, we'll wake up with his greasy fingerprints on every ballot box. Proverbs 31:8-9 speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. Damn right. Because every time the mega K cult chants their brainwashed anthems, it's like they're auditioning for a dystopian reboot nobody asked for. This event isn't some fluffy Zoom chat. It's the raw pulse of resistance, pulling together voices from every corner who have had enough of crooked sleepy traitor Trump's endless grift, from stolen elections to cozy chats with dictators that make your stomach turn. Picture it. Everyday heroes, organizers with fire in their veins, dissecting the wins from those massive No Kings marches where signs flew higher than his comb-over in a windstorm. We're not just venting, we're forging the blueprint to dismantle his house of cards, one irrefutable fact at a time. And let's be brutally clear, the mega K cult's patriotism is as fake as his bone spurs. A toxic brew of lies that poisons the well for anyone who dares dream of a fair shot. I've got zero patience for their alternate reality fever dreams anymore. This call is the antidote, a fierce reminder that power belongs to us, the pissed-off masses, not some golf course generalissimo who naps through crises. Isaiah 1:17 learn to do right, seek justice, defend the oppressed. Take up the cause of the fatherless, plead the case of the widow. Oh, and don't get me started on how crooked sleepy Trader Trump's crew twists freedom into a license to bully and bankrupt the rest of us. It's infuriating, the sheer gall of it all. This mass call is that electric jolt, the "What now?" that turns outrage into organized thunder, with no kings leading the charge like the unapologetic warriors they are. We're talking turnout that shames his rally crowds, strategies that expose every shady deal from his Epstein-era skeletons to his latest tax dodge tantrum. I'm angry as hell because we've let this bluster too long, watching the mega K cult erode our norms like acid rain on marble. But here's the truth bomb. This event is our rally cry in digital form, inviting every fed-up soul to grab the reins and steer away from the cliff he's driving us toward. No flowery speeches, just honest-to-God planning to amplify the millions who rose up, ensuring crooked sleepy Trader Trump's throne dreams crash harder than his businesses. It's bold, it's necessary, and it's the kind of fire that keeps tyrants up at night sweating through their ill-gotten sheets. Micah 6:8 He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. Bottom line, if you're as done with this farce as I am, sign up for that call and bring your sharpest edges, because surrendering to crooked sleepy Trader Trump's ego parade isn't an option. It's surrender, and we're built for battle. This is how we honor the rebels in our bones, the ones who toppled real kings so we wouldn't kneel to frauds. Get in there, gear up, and let's make no kings echo forever. Ephesians 6:12 For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Don't entertain the mega K cult, so do not even bother. Santiago del Carmen Maria, Crowning Thoughts. Copyright 2025 independent writer, Crowning Thoughts truth speaker, AI video content creator, writer, blogger, Santiago DC. Maria. All rights reserved.